What's up, YouTube? Yellow Thunder and Galaxy stream from Team NFC, bringing back a recap from the West Allis Regional. We had a couple of tops coming from there. Well, not really tops, but we got a couple of invites that we brought back. Patrick and Lyle ended up getting their invite. We had Lyle's profile. He did ABCs. That's already uploaded, and we're gonna go ahead and take a dive right into Patrick's build.
All right, so I'm sticking with the tried and true. I played Paleo Frogs. I call it a boy and his frogs because me and Yellow Thunder here behind the camera, we innovated and built the kind of like the Link version, and to this day I believe it's definitely the better of the two. If you're going to play Paleo, a lot of people tend to go towards the Exceed variant, where I think you need to focus on the Link variant, because realistically when you're playing this deck you only make 2 Exceeds at all. So I went X2-1. I lost my final round, round 8. If I did win that round, I would have finished 8th place after Swiss, and I only lost to a top deck Lilybell to swing in for game. So little disappointed in that, but it just proves that the deck does win against every other deck. I played a lot of different decks over the weekend. I played True Draco, I played ABC, I played a couple Trick Stars, I played a couple 60 card variants, a couple pendulums, and the only deck I will say that I legitimately lost to was the pendulum deck, because I lost the dice roll, and both game 1 and game 3 he just went off, did his whole massive board combo, and it was very hard to try to fight through that.
West Allis was actually about a week ago. My dude, how many dice rolls have you won since the beginning of that tournament?
So starting at West Allis to the locals that we played last week, which was 5 rounds, I am 1 for 13 on dice rolls. Ooh. So I have started once, and that one that I started, I lost that game. I won the match, but I lost game 1.
I think you need to start playing with some loaded dice, my man.
I need to do something, or I need to switch up the way I roll them. I don't know, but hey, you get through here. I take it as a positive thing, because this is a deck that's built to go first, and if I'm going second and still winning matches, I'm doing something right.
Alrighty, bud. Well, let's go ahead and dig right in the profile.
Alright, so we'll get through the boring part right now. 3 swap.
Not ultimate.
3 dupe. Hey, I mean, I want them. Double Ronin. And then I played 2 Blue Boy. This is a 40 card variant. Instead of the last time I went to this type of deck at a regional, I took a 50 card variant. I cut it down to 40.
He's about 66% of the boy he used to be.
Yeah. Double Desires, I've grown to literally just hate this card, but you just sometimes absolutely need it.
Just bring back Pot of Greed.
Pretty much. Speaking of Pot of Greed, this is our deck's Pot of Greed, Double Secrets with 2 Knowledge. So I did do 2-2-2. Absolutely love the ratio, and I don't mind seeing Knowledge in my hand for reasons I'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. This is Upstart Goblin, but for the weekend I actually played a 1 spellbook Grand Tower. I preferred this actually anyway, but I actually took it out and it's in my bag somewhere. But that was a Grand Spellbook Tower for the extra draw, if in case you ever get Reckless Locked or you just need 1 more target for Knowledge. The 1 of Raigeki to help against True Draco, and then still, I mean, I still consider it the MVP spell card of the deck, Scapegoat.
Not Ultra.
Not Ultra, not Super. I actually kind of want this to be Super, to be honest. But Scapegoat is insane. Like, it literally, every time I played it, every time I resolved it, I won that game. I don't understand how other Paleo decks play just the Exceed variant and just rely only on Mistar Boy, when my extra deck is just completely compatible, pumping out 2 to 3 Toads or comboing off, finishing them with multiple Link monsters that can do more than just what Toad can do. Onto the traps. For the Solemns, I played 1 Judgment, 1 Warning, and 2 Strike. I opted out on the 3rd Strike just because, in case I was going second, it's a dead card because it's already got a pre-established board, and it's just a lot of extra life. And then onto the Paleos, I played the 3 Canadia, the 3 Olenoids, only 2 Dynamiscus, and then 1 Leech. I liked this lineup. I probably wouldn't change it at all, to be completely honest. And then the only 3 of the normal traps was Reckless Greed. Just more draw.
It's only good at 1.
Oh, yeah. Double dimensional barrier. It's literally insane. The only time it's dead is if you play against True Draco, and even then it's just a chainable trap card. You can just activate it because they'll try to play like something, or they'll activate their monster effects or something to try to stop you from getting a Paleo on the field, and you could just call Pendulum or call Ritual or something and just kind of go stack on top of it.
Ritual shits on, you know, True Draco's day.
And then Torrential is, oh god, I love Torrential. I didn't play any mirror matches. There was a lot of Paleo there, and that's just an auto. Like nobody can activate the Paleos when you have a Torrential. The other time is when you play against Pendulum and they have their really set up board. Just having a Torrential and Strike helped me out in one of my Pendulum matches. Just all right, deep draw for days. Set these two along with 2-3 other traps. They commit one other monster, activate Torrential. They go for their negate. You just chain the strike and nuke their board out right off the field, and then you're back in the game. So the Torrential is almost a mandatory. I wouldn't play 3. I wouldn't play 3 just because seeing it is, well, because you can't play your own traps, and sometimes you can actually get overconfident with it, and they can force you into playing a Torrential when you don't want to. But 2 is good. Got our Mad Love tokens. And then on to the extra deck. I played one Topologic Bomber Dragon. I prefer if this would have been Borreload, but I didn't have access to it. Just for True Draco matchup. 1 Saruja. This is actually your main go-to 4-link right now. I'll do another video as to why this is your main 4-link, and it's not just because of your +4 effect. Decode Talker. This is your main go-to link monster right now in this format. In that same video, I will show you guys how you can make a near unbreakable board with Swap Frog and 1 Scapegoat. Not a Scapegoat token, like the actual full Scapegoat. Double Mistar Boy because it's the best Link monster. 1 Proxy Dragon for combos, 1 Link Spider for combos, 1 Link Kribo because it is probably my favorite Link monster in the game and is hands down needed in this deck when you're playing this version. And then 1 Clara. This is the reason why you play the second Knowledge. So what's fun about Clara is a lot of people forget that it can only summon her in main phase 2, but you can use it on a normal summoned monster or a normal set monster. So if you open up any of the dead frogs that you don't want to see, or you have no use for, or your hand's not that strong, just set one of these. Like let's say worst case scenario, Ronin Totem, just set your Ronin Totem, go declare battle phase, go main phase 2, send it to the grave, make your Clara. Clara is a spellcaster, so then you can you can Knowledge Clara away to draw 2. And that's also why we were playing the Grand Spellbook Tower, is when you have to have a spellcaster on the field or in your graveyard to resolve and activate the tower. And so if you used her, then you've always got a spellcaster in your graveyard because you're never going to move her, ever. And then on to the Exceeds are very, very standard. 3 Toad, and then 1 Onomaculus, and then 2 Opabina. Opabina is pretty much at this point in the way the format is and the way the decks are, it's a combo extending piece to grab Leech to make Mistar Boy, to make the 2700 or higher totally awesome. And then on to the side deck. Probably my favorite card in the side. If I could main it, I totally would. 2 Zaphion the Time Lord. This is almost an auto win against True Draco, and this actually has the reason me and one of my teammates, BB, we played this. We resolved it a combined total of 7 times of our plus. It's our 3-card draw combo. And then you played 4 Kaijus. Of course, you're going to play Gamma Seal, Kumungus. You play Dogoran because Mistar Boy makes him weaker. And then you played the Lightning Kaiju because it has the 2100 defense. And then, of course, Slumber. 2 Twin Twister just to remove multiple back row instead of Cosmic. I liked it. Cosmic could have been a little bit better, but it didn't. It really didn't come up enough to warrant not just getting rid of 2 cards. 1 Imperial Order. This was the last I can throw in. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. I only had access to 1 evenly matched. This Imperial Order would have been a second one. And then double Mind Crush. Now, I will show what I mean by this. This is something that me and the rest of the team would kind of keep in secret. So Zaphion's ability is if you control monsters, you can normal summon it, and that's very important. It's also a water, and its main effect that everyone knows about is when it attacks and inflicts battle damage, you take all of your opponent's spells and traps and you put them back into the deck. So already an incredible effect. And then during your standby phase, it goes back into the deck. Well, the way we get around that is you normal summon her, you attack, in main phase 2, you link her away for Clara and Rushka. Then her graveyard ability kicks in since she left field, which will net you 1 card. And then with Clara and Rushka on the field, you knowledge Clara away to then get 2 more cards. So against like True Draco, when they have a field and they're playing the Demise version and they've set 5, and most of it's really not a reactive spell or traps, you can normal summon your Time Lord, attack into, it doesn't matter what they have, activator effect, spin everything away, and then main phase 2, after you've taken 3 to 5 to 6 cards if their field spell's up, you get rid of her, you generate a new card, you get 1 new card in your hand, which replaces her immediately, and then if you have a knowledge or you can get a knowledge, you knowledge her away and get 2 more cards and just kind of just blow your opponent out. And then with that play, when you make your Toad, if you can make a Toad in the same turn or if later on, you can re-add the Zaphion back to your hand with Toad's ability. So that way if they do start generating or top decking another Demise, you're able to make the same combo board and attack basically wipe out their spells and traps again.
Broke. You heard it here first, folks. We had judges all around this dude all day pulling off this combo, and judges didn't know what was going on, players didn't know what was going on, no one thought that he could actually do this, but it was like, when it comes down to it, if you read the fine print of the cards, it's exactly what you can do.
It's really funny, like a lot of judges all day really thought that Zaphion was a special summon. All day. If it was a special summon, that'd be even more broke, because then I'd be able to just special summon Zaphion, and make Toad, but it only works, and it works just as well because it's a normal summon. And I was having this conversation months ago when I was thinking of this, and I realized just how broken it was with True Dracos becoming back, because I already wanted to play Clara for the fact that I've got Ronin Toaded and sometimes a dead Dupe Frog, and Clara can just mitigate a really bad hand and just get you 2 more cards into your deck. And in Paleo Frogs, 2 cards could be the end of the game. And so being able to just nuke your opponent's back row and then just generate 3 new cards and allow Zaphion to be basically searchable at any time in the game is immensely just overwhelming to your opponent. But this one X2-1, I finished 30th. Like I said, my round 8 opponent didn't top deck with an empty field, empty hand his Lilybell, this deck would have gone X1-1 and we would have finished 8th place.
Lilybell is actually the team's enemy right now.
Yes,
all of them are getting ripped up.
Yes.
So anyway, like you said, his opponent, no field, no hand. He actually started very much behind against this Trickstar player, kept double reincarnation like the first turn and getting rid of all of his stuff and everything. He finally, my boy comes back. Oh my goodness! If we could have recorded any duel that day, it would have been that last one, just to see how well he did, and then just the top deck Lilybell with Pat having an established field. It was the only card he could have drawn. Anything that would have searched, it could have been negated, anything like that. But just because it's a continuous effect to just poke, is why he lost the duel. And
I had
public enemy #1, like.
Yeah. It definitely sucked. Being able to just a double reincarnation turn 1 to being able at the end of that turn, being able to finish with 4 back row and totally awesome. With granted, 2 of them got sniped out by a heavy storm duster during the end phase, but it wasn't pertinent cards. And then being able to just get through his only 2 monsters. And at the end of his turn, he had 1 reincarnation in the graveyard still alive, but no monsters in graveyard. His only monsters were on field, and he was top decking he would have been top decking cards. And then at the end of my final turn, before he top decked his Lilybell, I was able to make Mistar Boy totally awesome, set Reckless Greed with a Paleo in graveyard, and he only had the one reincarnation in grave and had no cards on hand and no cards on field after my turn. I mean, I felt like I was in a great position because I would have been able to, no matter what he activated, get rid of a card, negate,
take it,
and I had just enough life to where even if he tried to do a quick special summon or summon a Licorice or something to hit me with life points as I draw, he wouldn't been able to normal summon anything big enough, and I had just enough life points with 600 that even with a field spell and Licorice play, I still would have had 200 life points to swing over everything. So it was a little upsetting, but I mean, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, the deck realistically, if you're watching this video and you stuck around to the end to listen to all that, the deck realistically did go basically another 8th place finish. It just, Yu-Gi gods weren't with me, obviously, when I went 0-8 for dice rolls at that weekend.
Alrighty, very good. Thanks, Pat, for sharing your deck profile. Once again, this was West Allis just last week. Getting a recap for that. Go check out Lyle's build. He had the ABCs that he took. He got the invite for that. I think our channel's going to end up bringing back the 1 pack per week, or possibly multiple packs per week giveaway just for the likes on the video. So go ahead and drop a like, subscribe. Make sure you're hitting that bell so that you get alerts every time that we post a video. Food's here right now, so thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
See ya.